Today we're looking at tithing, what it meant in the Old Testament and how giving works in the New Testament. This is a big topic, but let's break it down clearly. In the Old Testament, tithing wasn't just a helpful suggestion, it was a law. The word tithe means a tenth, and Israel was commanded by God to give a tenth of their crops, livestock, and income. But did you know there were actually multiple tithes? The first tithe went to the Levites, the priestly tribe, who didn't get land like the other tribes. This is found in Numbers chapter 18. A second tithe, described in Deuteronomy 14, was for festivals and celebrations. And every third year, a third tithe was given to help the poor, widows, and orphans. So when we talk about tithing in the Old Testament, it wasn't just 10%. It was often over 20 each year. Tithing was directly tied to the temple in Jerusalem and the Levitical priesthood. In Malachi chapter 3, God rebukes Israel for not bringing the full tithe to the storehouse, meaning the temple storehouse, for the priests and their families. But everything changed when we engage with Jesus. In the New Testament, after Jesus' death and resurrection, and especially after the destruction of the temple in 70 AD, there is no more mention of tithing as a requirement for believers. Why? Because the system it was based on, the temple, the Levites, the storehouse, no longer exists. Jesus did mention tithing in Matthew chapter 23 when speaking to the Pharisees, but they were still under the old covenant at the time. After the cross, we move into a new way of giving. 2 Corinthians chapter 9 tells us, "Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." This is a major shift. In the new covenant, we're not told to give a specific percentage. We're told to give generously, cheerfully, and according to what we have. Acts chapter 4 shows the early church sharing what they had, helping one another willingly, not by force or law. So, should Christians today tithe? Not in the Old Testament sense. We don't bring produce to the temple or support Levite priests, but we are absolutely called to give, joyfully, sacrificially, and from the heart. Giving helps support churches, pastors, missionaries, and those in need. But it's not about meeting a number. It's about honoring God with your generosity and being a blessing to others. If you've ever felt pressured into tithing out of fear or guilt, remember this. The New Testament teaches freedom. You're not cursed if you don't give 10%, but you are invited into a life of joyful generosity that reflects God's own heart. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.